Hey, welcome to another podcast of RecLand Realty. This is a land review. This property is 233 acres in Caldwell Parish, Louisiana. For those of you that are new to the podcast, let me tell you what else is going on here. I'm actually on my laptop looking at this particular property as I'm talking about it. So I'm looking at the aerial mapping and pictures. And so if you'd like that piece of the equation as well, you can see the exact video that I'm looking at. You can see my screen on our RecLand Realty YouTube channel, youtube.com, and it's RecLand Realty is our page. And just look for 233 acre Caldwell Parish, Louisiana. You can see what I'm seeing. This particular property, let me show you where it's located in the universe here. For those of you looking at the video, you'll see that it is north part of Caldwell Parish, and it is between Monroe and Columbia. It's right there, and it's on the west side of the Ouachita River. It's in an area that we call here in our country, here we call them the river hills, meaning this ground right here up and down the river on this west side is going to be real hill. There's a lot of topography to it. Real hilly, which is unusual for our part of the country. Everything's pretty flat here, except when we get into some, timberland, we start having some gently rolling ground. But these river hills have a lot of terrain to it, a lot of topography to it, and you'll see that in just a minute on this track. This is a good property. I'm real surprised that it's still on the market. It's at a good price. It's a good track. I have personally been on this track. It's listed by one of our top land guys and foresters, Coy Perkey. But it's a neat track. I think the negative on the property, the reason it hasn't sold yet, it's primarily a recreational and timber track, and it's got good access. It's just there's absolutely no electricity. It's going to be very difficult to get electricity down this gravel road this far for a large rural home site or a camp. That's probably the biggest negative. But the asking price is $1,500 an acre. It's mostly pine plantation, about 17 years old. It was thinned about 2 years ago. So it's already been through the first thinning. It's a good remaining stand. And all of the little hollows in this, between the ridges, there's a good hardwood stand. There's a lot of small logs. I've been on it and seen a lot of, red oak logs down in these little bottoms between these ridges and these river hills. That gives it a lot of appeal for deer hunters. It's going to have a lot of good, wildlife habitat. It's surrounded by thousands of acres of timberland, and so the backup for the wildlife is going to be great. I've personally seen deer on it, seen turkeys on it. They're there. I mean, it's just a good little recreational track, and it's got excellent access along the south boundary here off of Eason Road. Eason Road is just a gravel road, but it's out in the middle of just thousands of acres of timberland, so it's a long way from any electricity. So it's just going to be one of those tracks. Really, somebody that's got a camp in the area, or somebody from the Monroe or Columbia area that's looking for a place to own for timber income in the future and a place they can hunt, this is going to be it, because you could be at this place in less than an hour if you're from Monroe, and have some average to above average deer hunting, and you're going to have turkey hunting as well. Let me click back over here to our listing page on the website, and I'll just scroll through some of these pictures here. For those of you that are watching the video, you'll see, and I've got some drone imagery, some aerial and some video of it. Like I said, there's going to be some game pictures. This is a classic piece of this track right here. This is one of the little bottoms that's between all these ridges, and just a little small creek bottom running through there that's all eventually feeding to the Ouachita River to the east. There's pine, there's a bunch of gobblers right there. Anyway, I've seen turkeys on it myself, seen deer on it. Of course, there's going to be hogs as well. There's an idea of the habitat that's around it, just thousands of acres of timberland. And it's got some access through the tract as well. There's some old haul roads and trails so you can get around inside the property, as well as some excellent access across the, along the south boundary. Let me take you back to the map one time here, and I want to click over to the topo map, and I want to show you what these river hills look like. If you're familiar with topo maps, you understand contour lines. Well, how do you like these contour lines in this tract? All those lines, that tells you that there is a lot of elevation changes. And, let me just zoom out a little bit. You can see how that particular kind of terrain runs up and down the west side of the Ouachita River. We call that the River Hills here in North Louisiana. So this track is going to be hilly. I've been on it myself, like I say, shooting video, and fat boy up and down those hills. I've done it myself, so I know what it's like. But it was sand. It was mechanically hard, a timber harvest on it, so it can be done. So don't let that scare you off. This property is the current asking price is $1,500 per acre. It's on our website, RecLand.net, and it's called 233 acres, Caldwell Parish, Louisiana, and you'll see it there on our land for sale page. Thank you for listening. Hey, be sure to check back pretty frequently. These property reviews are going to be pretty steady, along with some other information as it pops up. Hope you're doing well. Thanks. Bye.